Prime time. Today I have some really good news. I went in for my job interview and I got the job. So I should be starting within 48 hours. And then all of a sudden it was such a nice morning and everything. But then all of a sudden it just started snowing. Look at this. Look at all this snow, people. It is snowing. And then we're supposed to get some sunshine here later on this evening. And the clouds are going to be lifted. But it's pouring outside. And then we got little birdies too. Yes. We got some little birdies that decided to come out. And I'm just like, I love the weather change here. It's awesome. It really is. And I wanted to get on here and just say, thank you to all of my subscribers for all your thoughts, loves, and prayer. I really do appreciate it. Sometimes whenever we're going through certain situations in our life, life can get you down. It sure can. Life can definitely get you down. It can put you into a little bit of state of depression where we start second guessing our actions of what got us thus far. And I just want to let you guys know to stay strong and don't give up. Whatever you do not give up. We have got to force ourselves every day to get up out of bed, to put that one foot in front of the other, to stay positive whenever life is just throwing us nothing but negativity and people are throwing us nothing but negativity. We need to really stand in our power and just and think positive, because the more that people throw at us and try to hurt us and bring us down, the simple fact that they're just jealous, they're haters, okay, and they're trying to make you stumble, they're trying to make you fall. But we, in 2:22 on the clock, as I was saying that, we got to rise above that, okay? We got to rise above that. We have to also, every once in a while, look at where we were. Look at where we were about a year ago. Look at where we were about 2 years ago. And think to ourselves, where am I now? Look how far I've came. Look how much things I've been through. Look at how far I've came from just a year from today. Okay? Never forget where you came from. No matter what, never forget where you came from. I mean, just a year or two ago, I was homeless, living up in the mountains in a tent. Okay? Or in my truck sometimes, because my tent got blown down. And now I have this beautiful home. I have my son back in my life. I have my daughters back in my life, both of them. It's amazing what the body can go through whenever you're put into a survival mode situation. It's amazing what you'd be surprised of what you can accomplish and what you can do if you are put into a survival situation predicament. So, and it also lets you know and tests your strength. And I'm going to be on here later for a reading, because I feel like, I went through a lot. I've been through a lot. And I really feel like I can help you guys out there get through things that you're going through in your life. And the same way how I got through it, okay? And how I've risen to this point in my life that I am at right now. Like I said, I came from nothing. And just during COVID, I lost everything. I lost my house. I lost my job. I was living in a tent in the mountains, sometimes starving to death, not knowing where I was going to get food, water. I've even lived in a cave during COVID, okay? You guys can check out my pictures on my YouTube. Yeah, I lived in a cave. I was forced to also send my son to live here in Missouri with my daughter. And I'm so grateful that I had that person that was there for me, which was my daughter, to be able to take my son at the time, because right after she, you know, she said, Mom, just let me have him for a vacation. And it ended up being like a 2-year vacation. But, you know, it's amazing what we can do when we're put to the test. Okay? It's amazing what we can accomplish when we are being tested. And remember that, you know, right before we evolve, right before we level up, do you know that God always tests us? The universe always tests you right before you're about to evolve, right before you're about to level up. So that's how you know, oh, I'm going through an ascension. Or sometimes you get a little nauseous, you get a little sick. It's because that's ascension sickness. You know, your body is transforming, your brain is transforming, the neurons and everything in your brain and your chemical imbalance in your body is all transforming. And it's for the greater purpose of your reality. Okay. So just remember, like, stay positive and think to yourself when things are really bad too. I always think to myself, like, okay, things are really bad, but haven't I been through worse? Or can they always be worse? Like, even when I was down and I was at my lowest of my low, I thought to myself, you know what? Things could always be worse. So I should just be grateful. I should be grateful that I even have this cave to sleep in tonight. I should be grateful that, you know, I have a couple bottles of water in my truck and a can of tuna or something. You know, I should be grateful that I have a fishing pole when I had no food. I should be grateful that I can't even make a fire, but I have a fishing pole and I have a fish. I didn't care. I ate that sucker. I just killed it and ate it. When you're put in that kind of situation, collective, let me tell you, you would be very surprised at what you would do to survive. Okay, I've been a nurse my entire life. You know, I never thought for a second that I would be able to live and survive in the wilderness, and not just survive, but thrive, you know? It was amazing. Yes, it could always be worse. I had an outdoor garden. It was a raised garden, and I got some crates. I found some crates on the side of the railroad tracks. And so I took them back to my camp, and I made this little garden. I made this little garden, and I was like, oh, there's sprouts coming up. I was so happy. I was like, yes, there's some sprouts coming up. And I go to bed, and the next day they're gone. And I was like, son of a bitch, the freaking rabbits got them, right? Rabbits got them, birds got them, something got them. And so I went scavenging in the desert, because in California you have the valley, the mountains, and then the desert. So I was up on the mountain, so I could see, I was like, the valley's on this side, the desert's on this side. And I would go scavenging for different things in the desert and stuff to bring back to the homestead up on the mountain. And I came across this old rusted ass chicken wire, and I put chicken wire over the top. And I was like, finally, now the rabbits and the birds aren't going to be able to get to my stuff. Well, they did. They still found a way, okay? The rabbits went underneath the soil into my garden and got the root system from my vegetables and just killed them. Just they were done. And so just a word of advice for anybody out there that is trying to get or make a raised bed, flower bed, or garden or anything like that. Well, not flower, but vegetable garden. Put chicken wire under and put chicken wire over. Okay, so have your raised garden right here. Have your soil in there. And then put chicken wire under in the ground. Before you put your soil, you dig your hole like 3 feet deep. Put your chicken wire. Then you have your ground. Then you plant your seeds. Then you put chicken wire over too, because they will come from above and they will come from below. I'm just saying. I don't know who needed to hear that out there. Or maybe you guys are thinking about doing a raised flower bed or something like that. You guys got a good mulch pile. Get your mulch pile started now. Okay, so then by the time springtime does come, then you'll be able to have some good soil. I don't know who needed to hear that, but yeah. No, but and also whenever it starts warming up a little bit, go camping. Get out in nature, go camping, you know. I've always wanted to take my son camping in the snow, and as you can see, it's snowing right now. And we're inside the house where it's all nice and toasty and stuff, but you know, I want to test. I like to test my ability, test my limits. You know, I like to be able to see how far I can push myself. And that's also something that I want to tell you guys out there. Maybe that might be something that you might want to also do. It boosts your confidence, your morale. It gives you a sense of being. It's just an all-around spiritual enema. It's a spiritual enema. Oh God, where do I get this shit? It is a spiritual enema. It's like an energy drink booster for you, for your aura, for your spirit, for your being, to test the durability of yourself. Test yourself to the max. And if you can do this on a daily, damn, you'd be a strong motherfucker. But if you can't do this on a daily, try to get out there and just do it like once a week. Be a weekend warrior, you know, test your abilities. And you'd be surprised what you can do. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I have to feed my son. The lunch is done. So, I love you guys so much, and I will be back on here. I'm going to be doing a reading today. Today is Monday, so I'm going to be doing the weekly energy. So stay tuned for the weekly energy. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. God bless. Peace. Mwah.